Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And we're here for round 4 of the Wrx Challenge at Lago Maggiore GP, the full whack, the whole hog, none of this west side. We're going all in. So, the Wrx Challenge, man alive, what a championship we're having. Not at the top, just underneath the top, just bubbling underneath. Now this is going to be a pair of feature races, which means I have to start looking up the key to see what feature race means. I think it's two 30-minute races. It is. It's two 30-minute races, and it is the fastest first standing start. Free choice of tyres with the racing softs, intermediates and the wets, and there is a mandatory tyre of the racing medium. Must be used at least once per race, and that's the same for the second one. So two feature races coming at you like Cleopatra from 1990, and it's going to be two 30-minute dashes around Lago Maggiore GP in those very impressive Subarus. The Time Attack, I'd never get it, it's got such a pompous name. Wrx Time Attack, Isle of Man something 2016. It's a fast car, it's great. I'm looking, I haven't found it. Rather do the table. We're minutes away from qualifying, and I'll get on to the table. And I've said the car's name so many times, you don't need me to say it again. It's a Subaru, specially built for Time Attack at Isle of Man, is what I'm guessing by its name. It's got DRS, it's got a floppy wing, so once they hit, I think it's 90 miles per hour, they have the opportunity to drop that wing. And he's asking if everyone's ready. I haven't got in on that because I am so slow. I might be able to just get an R in there just before. We'll see. I know you'd rather me not. I was good. I did have time. Wow. So Anton Poiker is the man at the top of the table on 164 points. In second place, Daz is on 126 points. So that's the biggest gap this early in a season for Anton Poiker. He really has attacked this season with such vigour. With vinegar, what is it? Pits and vinegar? That's the one. So Anton Poiker 164 points, with Daz in second on 126 points. But wait, Cthulhu is in third on 124 points, just 2 points behind Daz. Then in fourth we've got Homescalian on 117 points, and he is just 7 points behind Cthulhu. Ensign is fifth on 104 points. Skyjacker sixth on 93 points. Kuikarp seventh on 78 points. Jokers is eighth on 70 points. Barry Twins is ninth on 69 points. Pat is 10th on 52 points. Majid 11th on 51 points. Matt Psycho is 12th on 46 points. And Bandit is 13th on 17 points. But Matt Psycho has missed 2 rounds already, and so has Bandit. Imagine missed 1 round. That'd be why they're down there. So let's have a look at the field. I've read about the table. It's there is a Mr. Skyjacker, currently 6th in the table. I'm not seeing any podiums across the way, so he'll be wanting to get himself up on those 3 steps at the end of this race. So Skyjacker in the chat saying hi to dearest, hope all is well, all is great, thank you very much sweetheart. Pat saying hiya, hi chat, and Mama Homesick saying evening thingy, how are you? I am good. I've got my hot beverage and I've got a can of Go Faster juice. So everything is fine, and I'm just sitting back, kicking back with my fam to watch a little Wrx challenge in those crazy Scoobies. Skyjacker then is on his flying lap now, as is the Daz, looking strong, second in this championship, but at the moment Anton Pojka just seems to be on another level. He's taken part in 2 seasons. The first season he had to miss a few races. The second season I think he pushed it for a good championship contention run, but this one he is leaving them behind in this season 5. At the end of this, well, we'll see a new champion, because Racer Brown was last season's champion and he's opted not to take part this time round. And I did call it, saying he'd join after 2 rounds, and he didn't. So there you go, I was wrong. So Anton Pojka, the championship leader, out there putting some laps in. Ooh, it looks like the front end caught a bit of air down the hill there to the flying hairpin. Absolute speed fest down in that dip as they come flooring it up the hill here at Lago Maggiore. Swing it to the left, swing it to the right. No lift involved at all. Maybe a little one just coming out of that corner, heading down. I haven't raced the main one. I keep drawing little ones, so I'm losing myself on the track. But it's a mighty track, I tell you. But it's a tyre killer, if I remember rightly, this one. And I can't remember what our tyres are set at, but it can be. Skyjacker then goes across the line with a 57. Homesick beats that with a 57.4. Anton Pojka, excuse me, 0.004 of a second off of Homesick Alien's time. Skyjacker still currently 3rd. Matt Psycho comes 4th in the first run of the qualifying laps. Joker's a great 5th there, but he's just been knocked down by Ensign Hewitt in the Rich Energy Scooby. Absolutely flooring it there, a 10th off of Skyjacker's time. And this is lining up for an absolute barnstorming race. Matt Psycho then 5th fastest so far, with Joker 6th. Daz only 7th, which is a surprise, because Daz has absolutely been on it this season. But well, he's less than a second off of the pole time, so let's cut him some slack out there. But the Sega Scooby, the Sega Subaru is not finding its form here that we've seen in the earlier rounds. Catula as well, 3rd in the championship, also not showing well so far here at Lago Maggiore. 81. Majid in the Samurai Scooby, the Samurai Subaru. He missed a round, didn't he? He had to miss last week, and the problem is it was a triple scorer. No, he missed the week before. He's currently 11th, only a point behind Pat, and I haven't seen the Pat. Oh, there's the Pat. Sorry, Pat. Jeez, I really haven't been through the field, have I? I've been really slack. I apologise. Skyjacker goes faster, stays 3rd. Catula then currently 8th. Anton Pojka though goes and puts it on pole. He takes Homesick Alien's pole away. Where is the Alien? The Alien has... Oh, no, he hasn't crossed the line yet. But no, that's not a pole time anyway. It looks like he's had a bit of a slow one. It's 2:17 already. So Ensign at 4th. They're all crossing the line. It's going to change again. Matt Psycho 5th. Joker's 6th. They've all started fresh laps, so that is where they are at the moment. Daz has popped it up into 7th. Well, no, popped it up into 7th. He hasn't gone faster on his last run. So currently in 7th, with Catula in 8th. Majid is in 9th. Koikart 10th. Pat goes faster, up into 11th, just 500ths behind Koikart, who we are currently looking at. And he's just shy of 2/10 short of his own time. And he needs a good half a second to try and catch Majid ahead of him. So Pat, oh, look at it here. Pat then, 500ths off of, oh, nice. I like the World Cancer Day banner on the side of his Rizzler. It's a bit, it's sort of, yeah. A Rizzler sponsored car. Has he taken Rizzler off it? I imagine he has. Yes, Pat. Good show, that old chap. I thought it's probably not the best if you left the Rizzler on there with World Cancer Day, but good show. So that's Pat, 11th, 59.3, only 500ths off of Koikarp's time. And he's hungry like the wolf. And Bazza, yet to find his feet in the Scooby, I believe. He's not actually turned on those cylinders yet. But we're sure he's going to get there, because he's the Baz. And it looks to me he's banned it on a quali ban. He might be. Look at these quali bans all over. Jokers last Tuesday. Maybe banned it this week. This is crazy. So Anton Poika then is pole. Katula has gone third fastest, just ahead of Skyjacker, and Majid has gone faster, but he's still ahead of Koikarp. He's just a little bit more ahead of Koikarp now, and his car is having an absolute freak out. Koikarp though, he couldn't go faster again that last lap. Pat, he did go a little bit faster. He must be finishing this lap up. Is this the one? I saw him slide a bit, but it's not looking too bad as he goes towards the line. He does. He gets ahead of Koikarp by 2 tenths. 6 tenths behind Majid. That's 10th place for Pat. And he's coming on strong, is Pat. Koikarp then struggling with the handling of the Subaru. And Ensign Newart's come across him. This is going to be a bit of a struggle. Ensign Newart should back off, but he's probably feeling it's a good lap. He's trying to stay with it, maybe hoping Koikarp. He's raced Koikarp many a time. He knows Koikarp has got pace, and maybe hopes that Koikarp will just stay ahead of him as he pushes his Subaru to its limits, trying to find more. Someone's pulled off the line. He's 500ths up. He needs 2 tenths for Skyjacker though, getting a lovely toe down into the hairpin. And I believe these guys are on comms with each other, I would have thought. The fuel is starting to get low as we're coming up to 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes of qualifying. I don't know if I told you. Mama Sykes is in the chat. Big up Mama Sykes. Hi everyone, evening thingamabob. Go for it, Matt. There you go. And Coy's off the road. I didn't see. Did he get in Ensign's way? Was there an issue, or I think Koikarp probably was trying to get out of the way. And Ensign then, did he pick up some good time there? The flag is out. I think we've got people already crossing the line. So Ensign Newark then, we're watching him. We haven't seen any names pop up, so no one's bettered their time that's crossed the line so far. And Ensign Newark does not better his time. So where are we? Anton Poika's just started a lap. Here comes Home Segalian. He does not get any faster. Catula's finished. He's in third. Skyjacker is pushing, but he's half a second down in the first sector. Ensign Newark is done. He's in fifth place. Then Matt Psycho, sixth in the end for him. And he is done for the day. Jokus is done. He's in seventh. Daz is done. He's in eighth. He looks like he's pulled over to the side of the road. Majid is done. He's in ninth. Pat is still... No, he's done. He's in 10th. Koikarp done. 11th. Bazza in 12th. So it's Skyjacker. And he's a second down on his own time. So it's Anton Poika's. No one there to threaten him, I believe. And he can go all the way with that 56.651. 7 tenths faster than the next person. Nearly 8 tenths, really. Let's not grumble over 200ths of a second. Not even. And he's coming across Skyjacker. Skyjacker then comes up around the hill, and the pole sitter catching fourth place. Oh, it's so close between him and Catula. Look at that, 1,000th of a second. No, Skyjacker's got out of it. And no, Catula keeps third. 1,000th of a second. They didn't get to the line anyway, there wasn't time. 1,000th of a second between Catula and Skyjacker. That is unbelievable. Matt Psycho in the chat saying, evening, big up y'all, bro. As we get ready, seconds until the final starts. And Anton Poika, championship leader, 8 tenths faster than the rest of the field. But the rest of the field are so tight, brah. you would not believe. Oh, do you ever feel like you're wasting your time? Excuse me. As we rev up for the start, the lights are showing. And let's go here at Lago Maggiore. And it's Anton Poika keeps hold of that lead quite nicely ahead of Homesick. No, Skyjacker slipped one here. Skyjacker jumping from fourth up into second place. Into the first corner, unbelievable stuff. Homesick Alien then down to third. Cthulhu now in fourth. Matt Psycho fifth. Getting past Ensign Ewer, who's now in sixth. Daz seventh. Bazza's had a huge jump from up to eighth. Majid in ninth, then Koikart 10th, Bandit in 11th, who's jumped Pat already, and Jokers. Let's have a look at the tyre situation out there. Anton Poika started on those racing soft tyres, but remember they've got to use those mediums at some point in the race, and Skyjacker going for it against Anton Poika, also on the soft tyres, and this is a battle royale out there at the moment. Skyjacker yet to see the podium this season, and he will not be used to that. Homesick Alien on the racing softs also, with Cthulhu starting on the softs. Matt Psycho has started with medium tyres I say, for Matt Psycho. Bold move with Ensign Ewer on the softs, chasing him down in sixth place. Then we have Daz also starting on those mediums. Bold move from Daz and the Psycho. Koikap just got rear-ended, I believe, by Magic. There's a whole cluster buggery of racing down here, and I have no replay to show you, but I caught the end, and it looked to me like Majid up the back of Koi, but we saw Majid jump in earlier, and I have no idea what's happened down there, but there's Bandit. He's in 8th place at the moment, 3 seconds behind Daz, with Pat now in 9th. He's on the medium tyres, Bandit's on soft tyres. Pat's on the mediums. Koikart then in 10th, he's on the medium tyres. Majid is on the soft tyres, down in 11th, with Bazza in 12th on the medium tyres, and Jokers is on the soft tyres. My gosh, I don't know what happened down there. Majid was up there in, was he about, I don't know. But there's been a change of order. But Bandit, with his qualifying ban, has done very nicely so far out of this race, up into 8th. Cthulhu down in 7th from 3rd, and he's been taken by Daz now on the medium tyres. That is absolutely crushing for the Spaniard. Daz flying on his medium tyres. Ensign Eward unable to catch Matt Psycho, who's also on those mediums. Skyjacker is ahead of Anton Poika. I apologise, I've missed action for the lead, and Skyjacker has taken it from Anton Poika, and Anton Poika is chasing it hard. He's flying high in the sky. And Koikart saying, obviously before the race, I don't do well in this car, lol. And here we go, Anton Poika going back for the move. They're both side by side going into the hairpin. Anton Poika slightly ahead, but the overdrive goes to Skyjacker, and he's got up and ahead of him up the hill. And oh wow, what racing we are witnessing here today at Lago Maggiore for round 4 of the Wrxc Challenge, and what a treat. Homesick Alien right there in the thick of the action, also waiting for something to happen. Matt Psycho is 4th. There's a load of cars there. It's Ensign, Cthulhu and Daz. So Cthulhu's got back ahead of Daz, and they've caught Ensign Ewer up. This is a pickle indeed. And they have got to use the medium tyre at some point in the race. Ensign Ewer swiping that front end into the corner like he's drifting, the bad boy. And Cthulhu is just waiting for an opportunity here. Remember, 3rd man on the grid. He has pace, and oh, he's missed out on his braking, but everyone survived. No, Cthulhu's around. Daz is there. Daz is through. What on earth is happening out there? Cthulhu's pulled out of the way. Oh, poor Cthulhu, I do not know. No, do not know. But Ensign Ewer getting tapped up the back, and I don't know if Daz caught Cthulhu or just come across Cthulhu. But now it's Ensign Ewart in 5th, Daz in 6th, Koikart now up into 7th. Koikart, what a turnaround. He's got himself ahead of Pat and Bandit. Unbelievable. And Joker's ahead of Majid. Bazza struggling with this car, but he's only 1.5 seconds behind the URL Max, and Cthulhu having to start all over again. But 30 minutes is a long time in this game, and anything can happen. His misfortune could happen to anyone on that track. At the moment, Skyjacker half a second ahead of Anton Poika, who we know is fast. And Homesick there as well. It's a gaggle of supreme drivers, with Matt Psycho on those mediums sitting pretty, probably smiling, thinking they're not getting away from me, man. These tyres are with it. And Ensign Ewart fighting off Daz, who is also on those medium tyres, and probably surprised how well he's staying with the soft tyre of Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart at 59.4. Tyres do seem to be wearing a little quicker. And those medium tyres are unbelievable. They're staying with them. Koikart in 7th ahead of Bandit. And this will be some juicy fighting here with Pat, Bandit and Koi all in a row. Joker's some 3 seconds behind them, with Majid only 6/10 behind Joker's. And Bazza not too far behind them. He's gone quite deep in that corner with a lot of tyre smoke, but he's got out of it and he's on his way. And Cthulhu will be a force to be reckoned with. He's getting back into the groove again, and he's going to be on the attack. Skyjacker then is now only 3/10 ahead of Anton Poika, and Anton Poika looks ready to leap. He's just done the fastest lap of a 1:57.388, and he's got his tyres right in the sweet. He's gone lovely out wide there. Skyjacker had a little shake in the middle of the corner, and that has given Anton Poika a beautiful run on Skyjacker. Skyjacker trying to defend the corner, making his Subaru as wide as possible. Anton Poika knows that move, and he will counter it with this attack that he's just about to pull up. Oh, Skyjacker lost it over the curves, and Anton Poika trying to straighten him up, and he did. I think Anton Poika did straighten him up there. But Anton Poika takes the position, and Homesick Alien, no, Homesick Alien's now through. But it's side by side coming down, and it's Homesick Alien that is in the lead now. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Homesick Alien, look at that. Phoenix from the Flames coming back in the Wrxc Subaru to lead. After 7 minutes of racing, Anton Poika in second. No change for him. Skyjacker recovering, and Matt Psycho catching up the Skyjacker. No more action up at front, sorry, as Anton Poika tries to get the lead away from the Alien, and he does. He just about gets it. And Homesick Alien now staring at the back of the sky blue livery of the Finnish driver. Beautiful stuff there from them guys. Beautiful racing. Respect. Preach. Skyjacker then in third. He's got Matt Psycho breathing heavily down his back, and it's all back down his exhaust pipe. But it's all about the tyre wear now, I figure, as those soft tyres are starting to look like they're getting close to half worn. Matt Psychos are just bedding in nicely, he says, and I'm on my way. Ensign Ewart is slipping and sliding all around, but he's staying in 5th, barely keeping hold of the track. And Daz, he can see Ensign Ewart's issues ahead and thinks, it won't be long and I'll be up. And we've got tyre. There we go. Oh, I thought Matt Psycho was on the move there. And is it the tyre wear for Skyjacker? Is this why he's suddenly fallen off of the pace that we saw earlier as he flips Matt Psycho, his wing? Give him a little flick. Matt Psycho closing in on the medium tyres that are still quite fresh. And it's a battle royale there for third and fourth, that final podium position. Whee! And Matt Psycho taking a little air, coming down the hill. And Skyjacker seemed to get through that corner a little better than Matt Psycho. Homesick Alien still in pursuit of Anton Poika, 7/10 of a second. And it's been, what, half a lap? So, yeah, down up to a second. Anton Poika He suddenly turned it on. Oh, going a little wide though in that corner. Did he have to lift unnecessarily? And Wrxc Alien, yes, there you see Wrxc Alien pulling a little bit of time back from Anton Poika's slight mistake. Matt Psycho's through. Matt Psycho is up and into third. And what will Skyjacker do? Is it time to put the medium tyres on? We saw after 10 minutes some of them were running out of fuel, but it looks like half a tank, so fuel, they will need fuel, but I suppose they could pit any time now and get to the end of the race, possibly. But there's 20 minutes left of the race, so yeah, they could put another half a tank of fuel in and possibly get to the end if it's tyres now. But the question is, how long do the mediums last? That's the unknown quantity at the moment. But at the moment, medium runners, Daz also 59.9 last time around, 2.3 seconds, but off of Ensign though. Ensign had a cracking little lap on lap 4 of 57.8. Surprised that's not the fastest lap. The fastest lap 57.3 from Anton Poika, but yeah. Ensign Newer had a cracker on lap 4, and that's really put some distance between him and the medium runner of Daz. Bandit back up into 7th ahead of Koikarp. Joker's 9th. Pat slipped back. Pat has slipped back behind Joker's. Then we've got Cthulhu making his way through, and Majid now at the back of the pack with Bazza just ahead and Cthulhu ahead of them. And a tasty little battle we've got with Baz, Majid and Cthulhu. The Spaniard, the Belgium and the Danish driver all go to market. The Spaniard absolutely leaves them behind as them both get into a fight, as the Dane and the Belge battle it out over the final points. I love that. That's cracking, catching a bit of air. Let's hope we don't have a nasty accident out there with this little jump that they're all making. Anton Poika then 1.3 seconds ahead of Wrxc Alien. Wrxc Alien still trying to keep this interesting. Their tyre wear is similar. Wrxc's probably a little worse. Matt Psycho leaving Skyjacker. Skyjacker has pulled the trigger on the pit stop, so he's got to hope that those medium tyres will get him to the end of the race. And they are looking tasty on the guys out there at the moment. So who else has gone in? It's just Skyjacker, but that's put Daz up into 5th place. Ensign Newer into 4th, but Ensign's tyres are looking quite bad. And at this point, Daz is faster than Ensign Newer. Matt Psycho doing nicely on his mediums. He's done a 59.7. Wrxc Alien a 58.7. So still a second faster on Wrxc softs. Anton Poika a 58.3. And so the leaders' softs are okay, but the guys lower than that are starting to hurt. Bandit, he's dropped into the 2 minutes as well. With Koikarp on those mediums doing nicely. Staying ahead of Joker's. Joker's doing, he's coming back in this race quite nice. He was right near the back, or he was at the back on the very first lap. And now he's running in 8th of 13. And his tyres not wearing out as much as those around him. Pat on those medium tyres there. I didn't notice he started on the medium, so Pat giving the mediums a go, but Cthulhu on those softs. Now look at Cthulhu, he's nursed those tyres, really, hasn't he? Everyone else is struggling with the racing softs, and Cthulhu's still look rather fresh. So Cthulhu, absolutely, he can come and give me a massage any day. If it's anything to do with how he looks after those tyres, he's got a delicate touch. Which is ironic, because I remember a time when Cthulhu, sorry, he's just pulled a move off on Pat. It was a good move. Good stuff, Cthulhu. Nice and tidy. Cthulhu now 3.7 seconds behind Joker's, but Joker's tyres are starting to drop, and Matt Psycho has come in. Matt Psycho's come in. He fancies 16 minutes or 15 minutes on the soft tyre. Ensign Newer has come in to get rid of his softs. Anton Poika nearly 2 seconds in the lead of this race now, and Wrxc Alien both opting not to pit just yet, but they're doing 59s, so why would they? Or 58s, well, virtually 59 for Anton Poika. I mean, I think it's about a 2 minute or a late 1:59 for the medium tyres. Bandit staying out. We know Bandit can look after a set of tyres, and we know he can go quite deep in these races. Catula as well, he's got no need to stop. His tyres are absolutely perfect. Matt Psycho back out in the softs in 5th. Nice, but it's that first lap. You've got to watch that first lap, Matt Psycho. It's treacherous on new tyres. But Matt Psycho out there, and we've got more battling down here, all of them. Daz, he's been in, he's put some softs on. Bazza's still out there on his mediums in 7th with Skyjacker in 8th. And I've just had a thought. You could try and get to the end of the race on a set of mediums. No one says you have to use, I don't think the rules say you have to use the softs. It just says there's one mandatory tyre. So if you could get the fuel to last, possibly you could go all the way. But obviously Anton Poyker and Holmes Galen have got to make a pit stop because they're on mediums. And Matt Psycho and Daz have both been in. But Baz is out there on his mediums. Fuel's not looking too bad. Is Bazza going for a no-stopper? Can he make it work? Ensign Ewart's behind him, but he's on a fresh set of mediums, flying through the air, flying into the corner and flying past the Baz. Ensign Ewart on the move. Look at him. Oh, but he's gone wide. And Bazza's taken back that position. Now the leaders are in. The leaders are in, and Holmes Galen, less fuel. I mean, he's used up less fuel than Anton Poyker, so we'll be stationary, shorter, if there is even any fuel going in. Bandit is getting his money's worth out of his tyres. He's taking them to the limit. And he goes round again. Brilliant stuff. And Bandit will lead this race at the end of the lap. Or will he? Because Holmes Galian's back out on his mediums. And Holmes Galian takes it away from Bandit. And Bandit doesn't even get to lead a lap. And I think he was aiming for that. But Holmes Galian on the mediums, he's got to get him up. And he's out ahead of Anton Poyker. I apologise, I missed that. So Holmes Galian is literally put a dab in of fuel up to half. Anton Poyker's gone for nearly 3/4 of a tank of fuel. And I think Anton Poyker's overfilled his car. We will see come the end of the race whom has overfilled and whom may have underfilled. But Holmes Galian, with 17 minutes through, only 13 minutes left to race, I think the alien may be on the money there with the fuel, and he's got himself out ahead of Anton Poyker. Bandit yet to pit on his softs, and he's staying in between the two, which is beautiful. Matt Psycho 4th, but will be 3rd. Podium position when Bandit pits. And Catula, he has yet to pit as well, which will promote Daz up into 5th. Skyjacker lost out a bit with his race. He I don't know, he pitted early and it just hasn't seemed to have come to him. Did he have an off? It doesn't look like he had a great outlap. I'm not sure. 2:33, 150. I'm not sure, but Skyjacker seems to have missed out a little bit there in the pit stops. Ensign Ewart also dropping down the field a little bit with the pit stops. Onto the mediums. Koikarp, he's onto the softs now, so he's going for a sprint. He's 8 seconds behind Ensign Ewart, and he'll be aiming to close that gap up in the next 12 minutes. Pat also now onto the softs. He's 7 seconds behind Coy, and he'll be wanting to chase him. And Joker's now onto the mediums, a minute behind him, and he'll be hoping that Pat and Bandit is in. Bandit's into the pit, so now it's Holmes Galian leads. Anton Poyker in 2nd. Matt Psycho on the softs against Anton Poyker on the mediums is really starting to give Anton Poyker a lot to think about. And Matt Psycho, I said it was a bold move starting on the mediums, and look at him, he managed to stay in midfield, 4th, 5th place, all the way up into his pit stop. And he has now exploded on those soft tyres, and a win could be on the cards because both Holmes Galian and Anton Poyker on those medium tyres are sitting ducks out there for him. And this has just got very juicy indeed. And Matt Psycho has out-strategied the guys ahead of him, but that is exactly what it is. They're ahead of him. So he's got to do the business first. We can't start celebrating with his new sponsors on his car. Some new oil sponsor, I don't know which one. I reckon Cobra, if I had to put my finger on something. But yes, Anton Poika, nothing he can do on those medium tyres. They both take air as they come over the hill, break down into the flying hairpin. Matt Psycho yet to take the position, and Anton Poika closing in on the Alien. So Anton Poika still concentrating on his race ahead of him rather than the race behind him. Homesick Alien hoping that Matt Psycho starts giving Anton Poika a lot of hassle so he can try and build himself up a gap. And Matt Psycho is having a... What the camera angle is that, Batman? So Matt Psycho, it looked like he was having a look, but we were looking at a stand, a stadium, as such. Further down, well, I've got to go and look further down. Daz is 6 seconds behind this battle. He's all on his own. Ensign Newitt's 10 seconds behind Daz. He's got himself in an all right position now, the pit stops. I said he dropped down the order. Skyjacker, he's the one that's lost out most due to the, I don't know, pit stops or whatever, but he's down in 6th place. He's got a lot of fuel on as well, maybe too much fuel in his pit stop. Koikap not far behind him, only a second on those soft tyres. Cthulhu's out on the mediums, trying to stay with them. Bandit's out now on the mediums. He's had a dink on the front of his car. He's carrying a bit of damage. Pat's chasing him down, 1.7 seconds behind on those soft tyres. Joker's, oh, he's on the medium tyres, trying to stay with them. Bazza's out there, he's had a dink as well. And he's on the soft tyres. He's six seconds behind Jokers, and Magic 2.5 seconds behind the Baz in 13th on medium tyres. But it's Homesick Alien. No, it's not. It's Matt Psycho. He's gone and done the lot. He's got Anton Poika and a Homesick Alien, and now all his tyres aren't going to ruin. There's less time than he's been on. The others have been on soft, so that's it. Slam dunk from Matt Psycho. Great idea to start on the medium tyre. And he had confidence in his car and his pace to be able to stay with the leaders on the softs throughout that race, and then it's come good for him after the pit stop. Now Homesick Alien just has to survive and keep 2nd place away from Anton Poika, but Anton Poika wants that 2nd place, and Daz not that far behind, less than, well, just 6 seconds in 4th, and Homesick, remember, and Anton Poika on the medium tyres. Daz could catch him by the end of this race. I don't know if he'll be able to get by him, but I definitely reckon he could get on the tail of him. Ensign Newitt 12 seconds away from Daz on the medium tyres, 4 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Koikap catching Skyjacker on those medium soft tyres, and Skyjacker's on the mediums, and Koikap's going for a move on his old sparring buddy out there. Koikap got the fastest lap, 1:57.1 so far in this race, so Koikap the fastest man of the race at this point, and he's slamming it. He's in 7th, and he's looking for that 6th place with Skyjacker on those medium tyres. It's looking pretty tidy for him at the moment as they come down, and he's going to do it in the first corner. He's going to get it on the straight as he pulls alongside, deep into the brakes, into the first corner, and Koikap, is he going to do it? No, because Skyjacker keeps the inside for the next corner, and Skyjacker survives for another corner, and this is not helping Koikap because he's backing him into Cthulhu, but Koikap now trying to get him, but Skyjacker on the inside, and this is tough work for Koi, and he's getting a masterclass of defensive driving from Skyjacker, but it's not helping Koikap's cause because he has got Cthulhu breathing down their necks as he goes for a move in the flying, well, not the flying hairpin, but a very, flying hairpin, and I think he's got it. He's got it. No, Skyjack's still alongside him as they come up the hill, and he's not got it yet. Skyjacker will have the inside, and Koikap arrives on the scene as well, and this could get rather messy before the end of the race. Anton Poika's taken 2nd place away from Homesick Alien. We will cut to that as soon as we can. In the old days, I'd have a keyboard and I press Z so I could get the replay, but... And now, Koikap had a wiggle on. Cthulhu's got a run on him. Skyjacker's still ahead of these guys on the medium tyres, and Cthulhu's on the medium tyres as well. Koikap's trying to go for a wide line for Skyjacker, and he loses the place to Cthulhu, who's also on those medium tyres. Cthulhu now going on the attack against Skyjacker, and Cthulhu trying to make up some lost ground. These two were only 1,000th of a second apart in qualifying, and they're battling for 6th and 7th, but Koikap on those softer tyres, always a threat, always a danger, is back in the fight again, and he gets Kutula's position, and he's gone in for Skyjacker first of all. Now, oh no, Wrxc dropped down 2 positions. What's happened? Daz on those soft tyres. I said he'd be a threat, he'd catch him up, but Wrxc had a 206 last time around. I think he might have thrown it at the scenery somewhat, and Daz now is up into 3rd place for a podium position. Anton Poika still only half a second behind Matt Psycho, and Matt Psycho might have a wet sweat on at the moment. As his tyres degrade, Anton Poika's pace increases, and it's a battle there. Look at this, Anton Poika breaking all laws of physics with those medium tyres. He's doing to Matt Psycho what Matt Psycho did to them in the first half of this race. And remember, their tyres went off and Matt Psycho overtook Skyjacker, and it looks like Anton Poika is feeding Matt Psycho something that tastes very similar to his own medicine. Oh, warm brew, man. Can't beat it. So Anton Poika just over half a second behind Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's tyres with every corner go a little bit more red. Daz right there in the sweet spot, but he's not pulled away from Wrxc Alien, and he also may be in similar issues as Matt Psycho come the end of this race. Although there's only 4 minutes to go, you can't see their tyres are absolutely going to drop off a cliff's edge in the next 4 minutes, the next 2 laps. So Daz brings it around with Wrxc Alien chasing him for the podium position. Ensign Ewart in 5th, kicking up a load of dust there. And he's only got 5.3 seconds from Kutula. Kutula won that battle in the end against Skyjacker and Koikap. Skyjacker further down by 5 seconds, and he better watch himself. He's got Bandit on a lot fresher tyres, and Bandit, Pat and Jokers are in an absolute battle royale as well. It's fighting up and down the field. It's hard to follow, but it does look like Skyjacker's medium tyres are starting to give away from him, and he's dropping back into this battle with Bandit, Pat and Jokers. Bazza even to some extent with only 6 seconds behind, and the clock is fast approaching the 30-minute. Pat's gone out wide. Have his soft tyres started going off, and Skyjacker's gone in. He doesn't want those mediums anymore. He says no more. And that means Bazza does get another position out of this race, as Skyjacker whips in to get rid of the mediums. They're obviously crap when they're worn. And Matt Psycho's still that half a second ahead of Anton Poika, but his tyres going away in every corner of the car. He's feeling slipping and sliding underneath him. As we fast approach the end of this race, Daz still 1.3 seconds ahead of Wrxc Alien. Daz doing a 58.6 last time around. Alien doing a 59.4, so Daz doing just enough to stay ahead of the Wrxc Subaru. Ensign Ewart in a world of his own, but he's got Kutula catching him up. He cannot dilly-dally. He cannot arse around. And with his tyres starting to go away from him, and Kutula's tyres still fresh, bruv, he is catching. And Koikap also up and at him in 7th place. Bandit now in 8th, with Pat in 9th, and Jokers going wild in 10th, chasing Pat down, and he's lost something. He's lost all grip somewhere. And Bazza in 11th, and he might catch Jokers up now, with Jokers having those issues and a bit of damage. Bazza down to 4 seconds. There's so much chasing this race. Bazza still a position ahead. Skyjacker comes out on a set of soft tyres, and he wants to get himself the fastest lap, which Koikap still holds, but he needs a toe buddy, I think. Koikap then 7 tenths ahead of Anton Poika. 28.5 minutes on the clock. They've just started this lap. This could be it. This could be the final lap. It'll be tight if they get to the line before the checker flag. But I think this is the final lap as they do battle for the last time. Matt Psycho 6 tenths ahead. Just enough to keep Anton Poika at bay. Daz pulled away from the Alien a little bit that last time around, and Kutula has drawn closer to Ensign Ewart. So battling all up and down, but it's Matt Psycho who's under the most pressure there, with only half a second gap between himself and the Flying Finn. And the Flying Finn has been mighty this season, but Matt Psycho seems to have just got enough as we go into the final minute of this race, and it's a Matt Psycho ahead of Anton Poika, who's ahead of Daz, whom is ahead of Homesick, then 5th for Ensign Hewitt, 6th for Katula, 7th for Koikap, great race for Koikap, 8th for Bandit, another great showing, 9th for Pat, not bad, and he looks like he wants 8th place. He's on the soft tyres, Bandit on the mediums, and we've seen the mediums start going off pace, even with just a little bit of red, so Pat might still have an edge on Bandit before the end of the race. Skyjacker in 10th, we think he's going, 10th for Jokers. Oh, I'm getting stressed because we're getting into the last seconds. These two know it's definitely going to be the end of the race, and Matt Psycho's pulled out a bit of time on Anton Poika, so Matt Psycho in the end making it look rather easy as he comes up to take the checkered flag, and I believe his first win of the season. Superb stuff from Matt Psycho. Anton Poika gets 2nd place. Daz, you old dog, you take a boo, my son. 3rd place for Daz. Homesick Alien gets 4th. Ensign Hewitt looks like he's got that 5th place all wrapped up, but Katula is coming at him with a force, but Katula's fuel looking quite scary as Ensign Hewitt leaves the final corner with only 7/10 on the clock, and he takes that 5th place. Good points. 6th place for Katula. Koikap getting himself a beautiful 7th spot there. Fantastic from Koikap, with Bandit in 8th. And Koikap maybe has the fastest lap, and Bandit keeps Pat at bay and gets 8th with Pat in 9th. Jokers looks to get 10th spot as Skyjacker comes around for 11th, and no, he doesn't get the fastest lap, and Bazza comes home in 12th. And Majid making his way around in 13th. And Majid, oh, he might have finished, or ghosted. Well, he's not ghosted, obviously, he's driving it, but his hazards were on, so I thought he'd finished. So Majid brings it around in the Samurai Scooby to get himself 13th spot. And Matt Psycho in the chat saying, great race, Anton. Here comes Majid round the final corner. A hard-fought race from Majid. These cars, just racing these cars alone is a battle in itself. And there you go. What a top 3. Let's have a look at Anton Poika. Shake it, baby. Shake it. Shake it like you mean. Oh, no, it's Matt Psycho. Sorry. Go on, Matt. Shake it. Twerk for me, baby. Did you know you were going to be on the get a win today? Having a matching uniform, race suit, sorry. So there you have it. Matt Psycho, Anton Poika, Daz, not a more deserved podium. And Matt Psycho saying, thought I'd peaked too early. It did look like he was coming back at you there, Matt. I thought your tyres might have just not been there for you in the final lap, but he seemed to lose a bit of time in that final lap. Bandit saying, damn, this car is just like my wife, won't listen at all. And Matt Psycho saying, I always do. What, peak too early? Oh, always have a matching suit. I wasn't even trying to make a joke there, I promise. That was just a fluke. Yes. Cheeky, says Matt Psycho. Didn't even mean it. It just came out. That's what she said. Right, so that was a race, wasn't it? That was fun. And Skyjacker's changed some room settings. Oh, Majid's had enough of the car, unless he's gone off to have I don't know, a word with his mechanics, but he's left. Oh, so's Matt Psycho. They're all leaving. Maybe that's the only way, because that says exit as well. And Jokers has left. They're all leaving. I bet they've all got excited and just pressed the button. See? It's there again now. You didn't have to leave. So everyone's left. That means Skyjacker's got to do some work with the grid now. You can't just let it go to reverse grid. 9 o'clock. Hey, that's 15 minutes on my, 13 minutes. I'll get you to the track and you can watch Ensign do some drifting like that bloke who died recently. Ken or Kev Block. So watch Ensign, light up those tyres, baby. Yeah, go on. Dan. Guess what, Dan? I think, Dan, I reckon I've got to go for, I know I've got to go for a fag, and I won't hold it up too much. I reckon they're going to show Picard Season 3 on Paramount Plus. I don't think it's going to be on Amazon Prime like it used to be, and I'm going to be very angry because I ain't got Paramount Plus. I've got to Google it, but when I saw the trailer, it said Paramount Plus at the bottom, and I was like, whoa, Paramount Plus? Don't you mean Amazon Prime? What's going on, Bezos? You brought us Picard. You finished Picard. Jesus. Anyway, Dan, find out. I'll find out. One of us can find out. I'll see you soon. I've got to go. All right. You're tuning into Thingy Magic and the Lump. And coming up next, we got Erasure. A little respect for yourself. Ooh, yeah. How do's? So let's catch up on some of that chat that we've got out there. Yes, Matt Psycho clarifying it's the overalls that he always does, not the peaking too soon. And he told me I'm cheeky. Skyjacker, you got to do the work on this game. There is no reverse grid option. Oh, diddums. Why though? Why? And Mama Sykes in the chat saying, nice one, Matt, well done. And Mama Sykes also saying, great race, guys. Oh, excuse me, bit of burpee poos. Now, has Matt Psycho started a trend? Ensign, I was watching you, man. I was watching you outside whilst I was suckling on the sweet teat of that dark nicotine. I was checking out your moves, and I've got to say, yeah, baby. So Ensign Hewitt has been very entertaining with his drifting throughout this. A nice demonstration of the Rich Energy team. Thank you for that, for the mid-race demo. Any other volunteers, let me know in Discord, because I never know where to put the camera, and I know Ensign can always entertain. I think he quite likes being the mid-race entertainment. So Daz out there, he got a podium. It's looking good for Daz. Daz is really starting to put a championship battle together, and he's trying to take the race to Anton Poika. And, but Anton Poika just keeps on getting those podiums. So that was his 7th podium out of 8 races. I could have just put that out by seeing it was only one that isn't coloured. But yeah, there's only been one race this season he hasn't had a podium at. So this feels like it's Anton's championship, but Daz is doing everything right. He's putting that campaign together. He's picked up 3 podiums. That'll be his 4th podium so far this season. So 50%. Is it 50%? No, sorry. 8 races, and that was his 4th podium. I'd say 50%. So Daz looking very strong. If Anton Poika has a couple of off rounds, Daz will be there to scoop up the rest. Pat says he doesn't do well, but he's been scoring points. He's 10th in the championship. He's keeping Barry Twins in check. Finished ahead of Barry Twins in that race. That's going to help in the championship battle. The points are worth 1.5. I think to keep the points equal, because they have to drop a round. So obviously in the sprint races they do 3 races. So in a single race they get ×3. Whoa, Pat going wild, but he's up on his time. And as he comes over the brow of that hill, his back end wanted to step away from him. He's practicing on the mediums at the moment. Ensign Hewitt has killed a set of softs. Daz, he's having a go on the mediums. Now the good luck has gone out. Softs for Catula. Homesick looks like mediums. Mediums for Coy as well. Skyjack has got softs on. Anton Poika might be starting on mediums. Jokus on the medium. I think there's a trend starting to happen here. Right. Is it going to do it? Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. It's the weirdest thing. So we'll see. That's a long time to hold the lights. There they go, they're on. Will it put me in car? I don't know. No, we get a start, and it's Bazza off to a cracking start ahead of Skyjacker. And Bazza's on the softs, Skyjacker's on the softs. That must be why they've gone the softs, because they're ahead. Now Skyjacker's got the inside line, and he takes the lead away from the Hypermax car. and Bandit's right there as well, but there's a little bit of kerfuffling down the field, and Koikap there in 4th place. And he's picking up places in his medium tyres early doors in this race. Joker's following through in 5th on mediums. Cthulhu's on the softs in 6th. He's going to want to pick off those bad boys pretty darn quickly in this race. Pat has started with the medium tyres ahead of Daz, who's also on the mediums. Ensign Newer has started on the softs. He wants to make hay early doors in this race. Anton Poyker's gone with a set of mediums as he picks people off. Holmes Segalian's got mediums and he's been rear-ended. And, I say he's been rear-ended. He's got rear damage. And Matt Psycho on the mediums as well. And this Skyjacker then trying to build up a lead on those soft tyres before he has to take to the mediums. Bazza chasing him through and trying to stay in his wake to try and get some nice slipstream on him. Koikap as well on the mediums, up into 3rd now for Koikap, and Koikap has really found the blend that's working for him with this Subaru at this track. He is absolutely destroying it. He's owning it. And Joker's then in 4th with Daz now. Moving up into 5th. We've got a big off. It's Cthulhu. Cthulhu's look in this race is terrible. And he's just damaged his car. He's going to get in Matt Psycho's way. No. Homesick Alien as well has had a massive one. He's way off. He's way off the field. And so is Matt Psycho. It's spread very much a lot. Bandit isn't. He's right there with Anton Poyker down in 8th. Is that right? Yes, it might be. Yeah, Ensign Newer on soft tyres. He wants to get through. Pass on the medium tyres. Daz is in 5th. Joker's 4th. But Koi's gone wide in the final corner. Koi's gone wide. He's lost position to Jokers and Daz. And Ensign Newer is right there. No, Ensign's through as well. Come on, camera. Catch up. So Ensign Newer up into 5th, and Pat also having a go at Koi, but Koi says no money, no, I've let enough through, no one else is coming. And Koi and Pat in a lovely little battle there. Pat really up for it, and Anton Poyker in the mix too. Pat's hanging his car out right to the bitter edge of the track, and they battling again, but Pat's got through. Koikap then slips down to 7th, and Anton Poyker looks like he's lining Koikap up for a move, and oh my words, from 3rd down to 7th, and he's sliding again, and I think it's because he's had a small off. The tyres on the mediums, they're just not up to temperature, and it's the Bandit gets through as well, and Koikap is falling like a stone. He's got 5 seconds for Matt Psycho, and there's 5 seconds behind him is Homesick Alien, and 20 seconds behind them is Cthulhu. My word. Skyjacker 1.2 seconds ahead of the Baz, who's 5 seconds ahead of the Daz. So Daz has got past Jokers, has he not? And Jokers now with Ensign Newer. Jokers on the medium tyres. Ensign Newer will be wanting to get by. And Anton Poyker up to 6th. Look at that. He was behind Pat, Bandit and Koi earlier. He's managed to get by them. And now he's gone in for the next small battle, which is Ensign Newer, Jokers and Daz. They're not too far behind Daz either. Unbelievable stuff here, but Anton Poyker absolutely blazing it out there on the medium tyres. Pat in 7th, trying to keep Bandit and Koi behind. Bandit ahead of Koi. Koi on the mediums, Bandit also on the mediums, Pat's on the mediums, Anton Poyker is on the medium tyre. Ensign Newer's on the soft, and he's chasing Jokers down, who's also on the mediums, and Daz is on the mediums also. Bazza started on the softs, just like Skyjacker, and Bazza, fastest man on lap 2 of the race with a 58.7, and Bazza, from having a rough first race, looks like he's stringing together a nice little attack here on Skyjacker. He's less than a second behind Skyjacker. Following him through, there's a bigger gap to the medium runners. Daz, Jokers, Ensign Newer, Anton Poyker and Pat, they're all there. And Anton Poyker getting purples on, well, no, it's the 3rd lap. So Anton Poyker on the medium tyres, absolutely destroying it. Ensign Newer feels like he's not much he can do. He's got to make his Subaru as wide as possible. And on those soft tyres, he really should be trying to get past Jokers and Daz ahead of him, who are holding him up at this point. Jokers will screaming around there, but he can get away with it on the mediums. Daz has pulled out. to block Ensenua, who's flying through. Is he going to get on the brakes early enough? It's 3 wide as they come down to the flying hairpin, and Ensenua doesn't get Jokers, but he does get Daz. And but up the hill, he's battling away, and Daz, I don't know, he seemed to pull over away out of Jokers. Maybe he was giving Jokers a tow, and Jokers was giving Daz a double tow, Ensign, a double tow, and that's what got Ensenua up into third. Now Jokers has had a wiggle out of the corner. He's left himself wide open to Daz, and Daz says, yes, please, I'll come straight through. And Anton Poiker also trying to follow him through, but Jokers closes the door on that one, and it's Daz in fourth. Ensenua now up into third on those soft tyres, and there's nothing to stop him now. He's got to plant some absolute killer laps and put some distance between himself and the medium runners. Someone's had a big off. I can't find him. No, it's there. It's Jokers. Oh no, poor Jokers having a huge off in the final corner, and that promotes Anton Poiker up into 5th place ahead of Pat 6th. Jokers now down into 7th, and he's got the Bandit chasing him down, with Matt Psycho catching up with the Bandit now and getting ahead of Coy. Coy having he must have had an issue some point. Homesick Alien still 4 and a bit seconds off with that. I wonder if Homesick Alien's thinking of a no-stop strategy. He's doing 2 minuters. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that one. Catula on the soft tyres. He will have to pit to put mediums on, but I'm not sure if you start on mediums if you have to pit. And the fuel looked very tight. There's a yellow flag ahead. It's Coy. Coy is off the road. Don't chase that time, brother. You know you're fast. Don't push. But now he's got someone to race with Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho closing in on Bandit, who's closing in on Jokers. We've got a battle here between Jokers, a Bandit, and Matt Psycho. Jokers is on the mediums. Bandit's on the mediums. And so is Matt Psycho as they come down to the flying hairpin. And Bandit is just fending off from Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho trying to get a run as Jokers tries to get a quick exit away from those boys. And they're side by side coming in, but Bandit saying, no, you shall not pass here. And Matt Psycho having to sit in 9th for a little bit longer. There's some dust kicked up, but no, everything's hunky-dory out there with Pat in 6th. Is that correct? He must be ahead of those boys. So Pat in 6th, chasing down Anton Poiker. Pat on the mediums. He's doing superb in this race. Anton Poiker's caught up Daz. Ensenua not managing to put that distance away that he needs to put on the 2 boys behind him on the medium tyres. Ensenua going 1:57.8. It's Matt Psycho who's got the fastest lap, and Daz going for a move up the inside of Ensign, but Ensign keeps that inside line and he's through, but Daz trying to do the 1-2 on him and go up the inside on the other side, and Daz looking very racy now in those medium tyres. They must be coming to life, because now Anton Poiker is trying to get himself an invite to the party. Daz is through, and no, Ensenua is still there, but Daz has got the inside line as they come down the hill towards the flying hairpin, and I think Daz can come out better here. It's not the flying hairpin, but it is a similar corner. You have to brake very late into it, get it down the gears, and then get it up. And Daz then, he's up into 3rd place. Anson and Boyko also getting by Ensenua. Is it a time for the pit stop for Ensenua? But it seems the medium tyres, if they try and do a long run on the medium tyres, they're pants when they go off. And we saw plenty of the guys out there really taking the soft tyres till their very bitter end, so they don't have to put the mediums on too soon. Because I think if they run long with medium tyres, the medium tyres fall apart. And Anton Poiker going for a move on Daz. He gets it done in the actual flying hairpin. I get that one right this time. And Anton Poiker now up into a podium position, stealing it from Daz. But Daz is coming back. He doesn't want to give it up. And Ensenua's there watching from the sidelines, thinking, I'll pick up any crumbs you guys leave at the side of the road. And then you've got Pat flying around at full velocity as he's got Jokers and Matt Psycho all chasing him. And we've got crazy racing up and down the field. Bandit there trying to catch up with those guys, 2.5 seconds behind them. And Homesick Alien 5 and a bit seconds behind Bandit. Koikar's dropped down into 11th with that ropey lap he had we saw earlier. And Catula, he's been going fast. He can turn it around. We've seen him turn it around. and we'll see. We're 10 minutes into the race, still 20 minutes to go, and Cthulhu's got every chance of coming back into this race like he did in the last race. Skyjacker, though, 3.7 seconds ahead of the Baz, but his tyres are fast going away, and this is the issue he had in the first race. The other guys got those soft tyres to go all to about 15 minutes into the race, and here we are just touching 11 minutes, and Skyjacker's tyres are starting to look pretty used. Baz's, though, look a little bit more used than Skyjacker's. So Skyjacker, though, that's not his concern. It's these medium runners here. But Daz and Anton Poika might be putting themselves out of the race by racing each other so fiercely that they're costing each other time, and that is helping the soft runners up at the front of the field. And Ensign Ewer as well, thinking, yeah, keep it up, boys, keep it up. I can sit here and just save my tyres sitting behind you. But they will be on the faster tyre come the end of the race. Matt Psycho, who is the fastest man on track, even on medium tyres, the winner from the first feature race, is 6th currently, and he is yet to use the soft tyre. He's ahead of Jokers, who's in 7th. He's yet to use the soft tyre, and Bandit also yet to use the soft tyre. When will they want them? I'd say about 10 minutes from the end. It seems Skyjacker gets a good 10 minutes out of his before they start drifting away from him. That seems to be the ratio. But 20 minutes on the medium's too long. You want 15 minutes ideally, I guess, or 13, 14 minutes out of your soft tyre, because you don't want the mediums to go too long. Baz has decided that's it for his softs. He thinks he can live with those mediums. Anton Poika moves up into 2nd place. Daz in 3rd. Ensign Ewer, he's carrying on in 4th on the soft. So is a Matt Psycho ahead of Jokers. These guys are all jumping Bazza. I bet he cannot believe how close the field is. 7th for Bandit, with Pat now up into 8th place. And, Pat, he did a 2:07 last time around. I thought he was ahead of Jokers. Matt Psycho. I thought Pat was up higher than that, but he's dropped behind Jokers and Bandit now. And Koikarp is ahead of Homesick. No, Homesick's gone in. He's gone in to get rid of the mediums. I said he might be trying to go the whole race, but he said sod it. No, he'd rather be on softs than those mediums. So Homesick Alien, 2 seconds behind Baz. Remember, Baz was in 2nd place. He's put the mediums on. Homesick's on the softs. That's crazy. Oh, Baz, you filled your car up with fuel, man. Why? You've just cost yourself a ridiculous amount. 20 seconds, no. 17 seconds you've cost yourself, Baz, by putting a full tank of fuel in. What's wrong with him? You had a podium in your grasp. You madman. So Homesick Alien only less than 2 seconds behind the Baz. I think Baz has been in the pits too long for fuel. Skyjacker cracks on, as he does. Anton Poika 8 seconds behind him with the medium tyres. Anton Poika just over half a tank of fuel, with Daz keeping him honest. It's only a second behind him. And Daz are really attacking this Lago Maggiore track like he owns it. Then Ensign Ewer on a good run with those softs, but Matt Psycho behind him on the mediums, keeping track of all of them ahead. Skyjacker then, the leader, brings it in and pulls the trigger on those medium tyres, and so does Daz. Daz gets rid of the mediums for a set of softs. He's going to try and undercut. Matt Psycho's done the same as well. They're trying to undercut Anton Poika while Anton Poika's out there on the mediums. The rest of the field, no, Joker stays out. But I think Daz is trying to undercut, as is Matt Psycho. Anton Poika stayed out. I bet they just decided go in before Poika. So Joker's then in 2nd place. Great run for Joker's. He's yet to use the softs. Skyjacker back out onto the medium tyres in 3rd, ahead of Pat, who hasn't pitted for the softs yet. He's on mediums. Then Koikarp, who also hasn't stopped yet for those soft tyres. He's on mediums. Psycho has been in it. He's put the softs on. He's chasing them down. And he's quite a distance from Skyjacker. I think Skyjacker you can't say safe, can you? He's 2 seconds ahead of Pat. He's hang on a minute. He's 14 seconds behind the leader. Matt Psycho is 26 seconds behind the leader. Thus, then, he's 12 seconds behind Skyjacker. So Matt Psycho 12 seconds behind Skyjacker. I know we've got Pat and Koika up in between them, but they've yet to stop. Daz lost position. Daz, he put fuel in as well. He put a little more fuel in than Matt Psycho, and Matt Psycho has jumped to position there and got ahead of Daz. Homesick Alien's got himself past Bazza on track, and he's not far behind Matt Psycho. There's a yellow flag ahead. Is it Matt Psycho? Matt Psycho has doffed his car up. Matt Psycho has planted his car somewhere, and he's broke everything on that, and he's slipping down to the back of the field. Katula onto the mediums. He's on a run now, and he's trying to chase Matt Psycho down, who's trying to fix his car in transit. Oh dear. So Ensign Ewart in 10th on the medium tyres, chasing down Bazza, who's got a heavy car, remember. So he's going to be a sitting duck. Here comes Anton Poika, and did the undercut work for Daz? Who I think no, because he put a little bit of fuel in his car, because Skyjacker has managed to jump Daz. So Skyjacker comes around. He will be the leader of the race, but they're going to be on softs behind him. Pat goes in as well. It's all about Daz, who was right behind Anton Poika. He went in for the soft tyre. He has dipped a bit of fuel in there. Anton Poika's pulling away from his pit lane. It's going to be close. Daz is on the outside. He only just gets the undercut half a second on Anton Poika. They're both on racing soft tyres, and it's battle on now for the last 13 minutes of this race, and it's going to be crazy stuff with Skyjacker 10 seconds ahead of him on those medium tyres, losing at least a second to 2 seconds a lap to Daz and Anton Poika. But how much will Anton Poika and Daz burn their tyres out racing each other? Oh my word. Homesick Alien has absolutely turned this one around, but will his tyres last? That is the big question. He was one of the earliest onto the soft tyre, and with slides like that mid-corner, those tyres, I can answer that question now, will not last. Bandit then, what a great race for Bandit, up into 5th on softs. Everyone's made their pit stops now. It's just about, will the tyres last to the end? Ensign Ewart onto the medium tyres, and he's got Bazza behind him on medium. So Bazza really from 2nd place down to 7th, all because he put too much fuel in that car. That's what I believe it is. He's got Matt Psycho on racing softs, chasing him down, only 2.2 seconds behind. And again with Bazza with more fuel than everyone around him, it's going to hurt him. Jokers though chasing on with Matt Psycho. He fancies a piece of this as well. He's out on a fresh brand new set of softs. Ooh! I got worried for the braking zone there, and I thought Matt Psycho was going to meet Jokers from behind. Pat, why? You were doing well. He's on soft tyres. He can chase him down, but I don't understand how this has come to be. He's ahead of Koi Kart by 5 seconds, who's also on the softs, so it's a battle between Pat and Koi, and if they can catch up. But Jokers is on softs as well. It's going to be tough to catch him up. Matt Psycho's on softs, so they're all on softs, and Cthulhu's on the mediums. He's 11 seconds behind Koi, and I imagine he's just hoping there's going to be some accidents and incidents, and try to catch the pack up that way. Skyjacker 9.6 seconds. Daz chasing him down ahead of Anton Poika on board with the Flying Fin as he finds a way past Daz, and we saw in race 1 he managed it in the end. Can he again? Now onto the curb. Anton Poika very close now, only a 10th in it. Goes for a move, goes for the move. Oh, shoot. And he glides into the corner late on the brakes, and a little bit more confident with his Subaru as Daz was in that corner. But maybe Daz says, oh, I want to follow you for a bit. So Anton Poika moves up into 2nd place. Daz in 3rd. Homesick Alien in 4th, and you've got to say that is the biggest turnaround in this race, but we don't want to talk too early because those tyres, they might not see out the whole race. He pitted pretty early, so we will see. Bandit in 5th place so far, 4 seconds ahead of Ensign, who's on the medium tyres, and there was a flip around about 3 laps from the end, sort of the last sort of 6 minutes, where the mediums started becoming better than the softs, and they, as we saw with Anton Poika, you just got to stay with them and wait for their softs to go, but you just got to try and maintain a lap time as Ensign Ewart nearly losing the back end, and Matt Psycho, the fastest man on track, is chasing down Ensign Ewart, who's on the medium tyres. He's a lamb to the slaughter, it seems. And Matt Psycho now just catching up to his foe ahead, and he will vanquish this one rather easily, maybe even into this first corner under braking. I don't think he's close enough though to make the move. He's going to give it a go. The camera's not going to watch it, because why would it? And Matt Psycho up the inside, and Ensign Ewart doesn't have the grip to stay with Matt Psycho, and that is position number 6. And he's gone 56.7 as Matt Psycho. Serious business. And remember, he was up there. It was a big off that's put him down in the mid-pack. So he'll be coming back with a vengeance. Ensign Ewart then down into 7th place. Jokers on those soft tyres could be a threat to Ensign, but Ensign's been doing 159 so far with the mediums. And Jokers in the 2-minute bracket. Bazza, not hardly used any of that fuel yet. Is on the racing mediums, chasing down Jokers and hoping Jokers' tyres go off before the end of the race to gain that position. He's got Pat chasing him down on a fresh set of softs, and Pat doing a 59.3 last time around, and Bazza doing a 2:01. So Pat, there's every chance Pat could catch him before the end of the race. Koikarp, 3.5 seconds on his racing softs. He's gone faster than he has done before, at 57.8. And he's starting to find the pace of that Subaru, the fastest man of the first race. Koikarp getting a point for fastest lap. Skyjacker, meanwhile, is half distance since the pit stops. It was 10 seconds, it's down to 5 seconds. Anton Poika, we saw him get past Daz. He slowly pulled away from Daz, but Daz might be trying to manage his tyres a little bit, although Anton Poika's tyres do look, and Katula has given up the ghost. Yeah, he was 10-15 seconds behind the field. Oh, poor Katula. And he takes a DNF in this race. With Skyjacker then 4.8 seconds and still 7 minutes of the race to go. Anton Poika's tyres looking absolutely fresh as a daisy, and Daz is a little bit more worn than Anton Poika's, but not much. Homesick Alien soft tyres are halfway there already, and there's a long way to go before we see the black and white flag. Bandit, his tyres are in a lot better place than the Homesicks, and Bandit could see 4th place, but we've got a very fast Matt Psycho behind him. But again, Matt Psycho and Bandit's tyres are pretty much in the same condition, but Matt Psycho's trying to get his to work a little bit more than Bandit is at the moment. Bandit just tootling along quite nicely, keeping the tyres fresh, and Matt Psycho pushing hard. Ensign Ewart on those medium tyres has been caught up by Jokers. I didn't even expect it that quick, but Jokers just pulled a 58 out of his butt ski, and Ensign Ewart a 2:01. And they've swapped orders on the pits, the lap times, and Jokers now looking to get in there for the kill. Sat alongside Jokers, can't really see his helmet. Deep on the brakes for Jokers up the inside, and that's job done. But Ensign Ewart's trying to have a run back at him up the hill. Jokers will have the inside line for the next corner and the grip with the softs. That's a shocking camera angle, and Jokers stays there, stays ahead of, gets ahead of Ensign Ewart. And Ensign Ewart on those medium tyres has Pat to worry about next, but Pat 8 minutes down the road and going straight into the barrier is going to lose a little more time on Ensign Ewart, and that's going to give Koikarp the opportunity to catch up with Pat, and he's got the Baz in his fat, heavy Subaru, carrying some extra weight for no reason. Skyjacker is 2 seconds now, it's 2 seconds, and you start to feel, even though he's maintained a great pace with those medium tyres, you're starting to feel that it's a lost cause as Anton Poika brings it on, and Anton Poika's tyres just not wearing like they were in the first race. And it possibly is it because it's later in the day that the track is cooler, but Anton Poika's tyres not looking half as bad as they were in as the soft runners were in the first race. By this time they were starting to get about halfway there, weren't they? But now they're only a quarter done, and he is really starting to catch up with Skyjacker. And Skyjacker, I don't know, you can make that Subaru as wide as you like. There is just way too many straights around here that Anton Poika can take a stab at. But meanwhile, Skyjacker in his crazy monster livery Subaru, and his fuel's low, eh? Will that go to the end, Skyjacker? Oh, we did do that. We did say, didn't we? Said Bazza put too much in. Did Skyjacker put enough in? As they pitted similar times. And Skyjacker, he might have to ease off a little bit before the end of the race. We've still got 4 minutes to go. So that's possibly another 2 laps. Yeah, they're going to go around and around again. And Skyjacker, fuel's very tight. Anton Poika with a quarter of a tank left has caught him up quite easily. And I think Skyjacker's got no choice in this one. I think he's had to turn the engine down. If he wants to see the end of the race, he's going to try and sit in the tow and do some more saving. But Skyjacker, oh no, he's come in. He knows that fuel's not going to get him there. What a darn shame. And Daz then moves up into second place. And this championship is turning out that it purely is between Anton Poika and Daz, with Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien looking around in the periphery. Homesick Alien's tyres are starting to look rather shocking. And Matt Psycho's a bit better, but not much. So Matt Psycho may not be the threat that he could have been against Homesick Alien. He did a 58.4 last time around, though. Homesick Alien doing a 59.8. But he's been steady and looking after his car. Bandit up into 5th spot. His fuel's flashing, but with 3 minutes to go, I think that might be doable. And there is Joker's, a great 6th place for the GoPro Subaru team. It is GoPro, isn't it? No, Pro Drive, sorry. It's probably got GoPro. Yeah, it's got GoPro on there as well. So, yeah, great drive for the Pro Drive team and their Subaru. And Jokas, the Polish driver, bringing it on in 6th place. Skyjacker down in 7th. Another set of softs, so he could be a threat. Fresh softs against the older softs. We'll see. That's interesting. 2 seconds behind Jokas, but like I said, only a lap and a half to go in this race. Ensign Newer sticking with those mediums, couldn't quite nail Skyjacker on his outlap. Koikar 9 seconds behind Ensign Newer. His tyres around about halfway there. Pat also his tyres halfway there. Bazza with his fat car. He's used his mediums up well, hasn't he? Jesus. He's chewed them up. It's that heavy car, Baz, has chewed them up. And Anton Poika then, look at this, slam dunking it as he comes around to start his final lap. And Anton Poika looks to be taking the 2nd win of the day. Matt Psycho and Anton Poika, the boys of Lago Maggiore, as Daz comes around in 2nd spot. Homesick Alien 5 seconds behind. Now Matt Psycho is catching up the Alien. 1.8, he's catching him up rather quickly. So we could have a change of the podium before the end of the race. Homesick Alien's tyres are nearly plundered, and he's just got to survive this final lap from Matt Psycho. Skyjacker's moved up. What's going on? Skyjacker's caught everyone up. He caught Joker's up, sorry, because he was already ahead of Ensign Newer. No, Pat, who's dropped? Bandit's pitted. Bandit had to pit for fuel, I guess. No, it's not saying outlap. What's gone on? Bandit's dropped down the field then. But he looks like he's got new tyres on. I reckon he pitted. It's not saying outlap for some reason. So Pat then up into 9th. Coy in 8th. Ensign Newer at 7th. Jokas down into 6th with Skyjacker with those fresh tyres. He's 8 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho 1 second behind Homesick Alien. Daz and Anton Poika, it looks like it's pretty much settled between the two of them, and it's all about Matt Psycho chasing down the Alien in this final lap, breaking into the flying hairpin. And he's 7/10 behind the Alien now, and there are just corners away from the end of this race. The final lap, things come up. Anton Poika brings it around. the final corner. Homesick Alien's just ahead of Matt Psycho. Anton Poika comes out of the final corner. Homesick Alien's still in third at the moment. And Anton Poika comes towards the line and he takes the win. Congratulations, Anton Poika, with Daz following him through for second place. Superb stuff from Daz and Homesick. Oh, what? Homesick Alien managing to keep Matt Psycho at bay to take a podium. Take a boo, my son, with Matt Psycho in fourth. Skyjacker, what a drive to the end there to get fifth. And with that extra pit stop, Jokers gets sixth. Great drive. Ensign Newer gets seventh. Koi Carp gets eighth there, which wasn't too bad because it was looking lost in the middle of that race when he dropped from third all the way down. And he grabs eighth place in the end, with Bandit coming home in ninth. And I don't know, I think Bandit went in to get a fresh set of tyres, but Bandit in ninth, with Pat coming home in 10th and Bazza in 11th. Matt Psycho was the fastest man with a 56.744, and it's Anton Poika, the championship leader, that takes the points today, with Daz, his closest rival, getting second place, and Homesick Alien, who is an outside bet, in fourth, getting third place at a podium. And Cthulhu out of the points in this second race. He's going to slip behind those guys. Well, that was super exciting, super fantastic, and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And in the chat then, Skyjack saying, just not enough Go Juice. Skyjack saying, so annoyed with myself. Fuel killed me with both races. And Matt Psycho saying, nice win, Anton. Did you not hear me, Skyjack, say, I don't know if he's put enough fuel in? I don't think I actually said that. I just said he didn't put as much fuel in as... And there is Anton Poika. Lovely, lovely suit. Nice hiney. Hey. Wowzers, people. That's going to be interesting with the table. They're just under Anton Poika, I mean, with Cthulhu not getting the points. Homesick Alien scoring well. Matt Psycho also scoring well with a win. And nearly podium, we'll call it. And Matt Psycho also saying, taking sausage curb flat won't wing open, not such smart idea. Right, let me translate that. Taking the sausage curbs flat out with the wing open is not such a smart idea. Massive shunt. Yes, I saw the back end of your shunt. I didn't see what caused it. I saw you driving, facing the wrong way with engine and damage at the front. Everything was flashing red. It looked like a Christmas tree. Right then, what have I got to say? What is there to say? I don't know. I think there's some Dodge Viper thing on Friday, but I'm not 100% sure. We might stream Friday, I don't know. I went and bought a car today because of the next Friday night thing, and I'm still not 100% sure it's the right car. It's that top one, Sylvia Spec R Aero. But I don't know. I think it's right. We'll see. So then, I don't know. Is Vipers tomorrow? Anyone? What's going on? So much changed. So, what's he in? What's Skyjacker got there? A Vulcan 16? Does he want me to look at it? It's Vulgar. It's a Vulgar 16. Was that a TVR? So, right, so anyway, he's distracting me. I'm looking for the sign up, okay, to see when these Viper things are happening. It's usually got a date on it, and I'll tell you if it's happening on Friday, because I know I'm not racing, I can't be bothered. I would, but I've got work Saturday, and it'd be easier just to stream it than to race it. Excuse me, little burpee poops. No, because I've totally lost the sign up. I haven't gone up high enough. I'm not too high. This is boring. Come on. Where is sign up? Event sign up. Viper Festival. Let's have a look. Go to the top. 2 races. Feature. Viper Festival. Event starts 3rd. So yeah. Friday at Trial Mountain. Tomorrow. tomorrow night we've got the Vipers. Look at me, I sound all confident. I know what I'm talking about now. And I think there's still spaces for that if someone wants to sign up for it. But we're in the Dodge Viper Group 3 only. And we're going to have a qualifying and 2 feature races, not unlike what we've seen this evening. And that should be a whole lot of rosy. So come and join us Friday evening, roughly 10 to 8, for the Viper Festival. Come into our Viper's nest. And then we've got more chat. Let me quickly get on with the chat. Matt Psycho saying lol, and he says, yeah, that was it, because I translated. Thingy-majig translator now. So, yeah, everyone's leaving the room. Oh, because Skyjacker don't hang around, does he? Then on Tuesday, we're back to having sec together. And I hope you can join us for the Suzuki Endurance Cup, or the Suzuki Swift Endurance Challenge Cup Championship. And there we will be racing. I think it's a good track. Just bear with me. It is Interlagos. Those little granny shufflers will look beautiful at Interlagos. So join us Tuesday at Interlagos, and then we are back around like the circle of life here at the WRX for Thursday evenings, round 5, which will be muddy at Colorado Springs. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. We always enjoy having you. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Pat McGroin, and I am very pleased that you joined us. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. We've got a website if you really want to go, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and that will tell you all the latest tables. And I think that's it now. All that there is to say is peace and love. Peace and love. You can be my wingman anytime.